Good evening. Well, it's been another disappointing day for holidaymakers up and down the country. For a start, we had a little bit of hail here on the southeast coast in Eastbourne, a lot of cloud in Hailsham inland, and one or two Arabs at Brighton. Temperatures overall were below average, on an average, shall we say, 42 degrees south of the Wash and 51 degrees north of there. All except in Wales, where the holidaymakers had an unexpected stroke of luck, where a temperature of 180 degrees was recorded in a blast furnace in Monmouthshire, just there. So those people had quite a nice day. Now then, as you can see, there was a lot of snow on high ground here and a lot of high ground on mountains north of Kilkirky limestone. People in these areas had very low blood pressure, and these people here had very high blood pressure, and especially here in the Burgundy area, the vineyards of France, very, very high indeed. As you can see, there's a possibility of a Russian tank attack coming down here north to the Shippenons tomorrow morning, so I should take the added precaution of keeping the windows locked tonight. Otherwise, it's been not too bad a day on the whole, and let's have a look and see what tonight's weather's going to be like, shall we? Yes, it's going to be quite a nice night, so I hope you enjoy your night's sleep as much as I'm going to. Good night. Spike Milligan offers a series of unrelated incidents at a market value.
Here, I've been followed here from the waist down.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I mean that most sincerely. Tonight is the anniversary of the 60th death of Friedrich von Chopin. As a tribute, the London Philharmonic, under their conductor Sir Melvyn Sargent, are going to play for us Beethoven's Eroica. I beg your pardon. I have just received information that Sir Malcolm will not be playing Eroica. Instead, he will be playing Handel's Water Music. And as you all know, Handel's Water Music is possibly one of
Yes?
Take me to your leader.
Gad, you're a fine built fellow.
Have I got news for you?
Naked trousers! The curse of our society! And now, folks, my impression of Count Mario Fabrizi.
Oh, that wasn't easy. And I mean that most sincerely. Good evening, all you merry viewers. My name is Hermogenes Shagg, and I live with my in-laws at number 20 Sebastopol Terrace, Wapping. But I do not like it. Let me show you for why. And the rent is nearly £3 a week.
He means that most sincerely. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Monosyllabic.
Next week, another word.
Hello, folks. Have you heard the latest in millinery? It's the new noise clothes, folks. Draw attention to yourself with noisy clothing. Therefore, why not buy Granny a pair of red flannel drawers that go? And again, folks, why not buy Dad a trilby hat that goes? And folks, what better for the honeymoon couple than a nightie for the bride that goes?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to make the show go with a bang, a funny story. It appears there was a dustman working in the Diocese of Puddington, and a householder had inadvertently omitted to place his dustbin outside. Forthwith, the dustman knocked upon the door in question, whereupon the door was opened by a dark-skinned coloured gentleman. The dustman inquired, "Where's your bin?" if you'll pardon the accent. To which the coloured man replied, "I've been upstairs. Where's you been?"
Folks, do your jokes fall flat, folks? Have you suffered this unspeakable indignity, folks? Have you suffered that, folks? That's what I want to know, folks.
Yes, I am. My name is Bert Crapolitis, Seaside convulsionist and entertainer. I was not getting the lumps. I was feeling weak, stale, miserable. Then I discovered British portable laughing audiences.
When my late husband died in 1923, 1924, 1925 inclusive, I became a very tragic figure of a woman. To keep alive the memory of my husband's death, I decided to organize a laughter service. Let me show you how.
There was a great demand for people who would laugh at anything. Here's one of them now. This is a new genetic game called Be Your Own Father, price 3 and 6. Only they knew the secret. Now then. These then are the famous British laughers, who since Itmar had gone underground, sometimes lower. Note the cunning use of both legs when walking, and the arms never touching the knees. These then are the type of men that will put Mrs. Dale's diary back in the charts and laugh culture off the small screen. Right. Now, observe this phenomenon as they disappear. Hoi, hup, hey, one, go! They've gone, folks. Now then, the pointing finger points, and having points, pulls teams. Observe this. The British laugh at sunset. They form the mystic tam-rating circle, the results of which are only known to the few, and there aren't many of them. A team of 2 men were immediately dispatched to set up a listening station, using the bentine fibre and dung hydrophone horn. Captain Jim Typus listened intently to the air hole, and while his opponent suddenly points in the direction, the whole horn vibrates. They're onto something powerful. Now watch this. Captain Jim Typus and his assistant close with the biggest of the laughers, and in a life and death struggle such as only known in the supertext bracket, one of the laughers is captured and commercial television is safe.
I see. 2 peanuts walking down the street. One was assaulted. Yes, thanks to British portable laughing audiences.
Here, I feel better now.
Belinda!
And he means that most sincerely. This man is having the metabolism of his legs broken down. He is, of course, Spike Milligan, winner of the world's most grueling race. In fact, the Australian 440-yard standing still race, folks.
Ready for dispatch. Just lumbering up there now. The starter calls them in. They're just getting on their starting blocks now. Get set. Go. And they're off. Yes, and here is Mount John the Big Bill with an early start. In close attendance is McGregor of Burma. Taking an early lead is Barrett of Australia with Brutal of Bessarabia close behind. 50 inches from the finishing post and a quarter mile from the start. Brutal of Bessarabia with a late run using the new plug-in electric shocks is steadily increasing his position. It's going to be close, and your guess will be as good as mine. They're onto the finishing line now. It's hard to say. Photo! I couldn't pick it. What do you think, Eric?
The important thing that's evident to anyone with a pair of eyes is the spirit of true British sportsmanship that predominates. This I believe.
And I've never heard them sing it better.
And he means that most sincerely.
Ah, you've noticed it, haven't you? The new private early warning system. Why, listen for the sirens. When you too, with this, can detect the beginnings of World War III in the privacy of your own home. And it gives you that extra minute in bed.
Ting-a-ling-a-ling.
Hello? What? No. This simple telephone, which you all take for granted, how many of you realize that it was invented in the face of insurmountable obstacles? And for this, we have to thank one man. His name was Pierre de la Douche Le Fonfon. It was he who invented the first public telephone box. Half a century ago, working with only the backing of the government, he tested the first box in a field near the Château Deauville. He was bitterly opposed by the GPO and a man called Graham Bell. Nevertheless, on the grey morning in août the 13e, he, along with members of the Home Rule for Chelsea group, clutching a specially minted three-sided 10-sou piece, defied the convention and unveiled the box telephonic. Let us not forget then the debt of gratitude we owe this man who risked leaf, life, and limb to make our telephones safe from the explosion. Phone box saved many a life.
In an emergency, dial 999.
And in America, USA, the phone box is a police weapon.
Yeah, it's them all right. We got their fingerprints.
Okay. We know that one of you two guys stole the Guggenheim jewels. But he doesn't want any publicity, understand? Therefore, if when we turn these lights out, you put the jewels back on his table, he's willing to forget all about it. All right? But don't try any funny business. All right? On the table when the lights go out.
But mistakes like this cannot happen under the British police system of identification parade.
Stop. My card, sir.
Yeah, a police officer. Oh, well, you better have my card.
A civilian. In that case, possibly you can help us out. Some months ago, a young woman was spawned in her early teens in a whopping doorway. Her assailant escaped.
Did you get his name?
No, he'd escaped with him, sir.
Great Scott!
No, actually, it was a little Welshman, sir.
Well, then perhaps it was Harry Seacombe.
No, it was only one man, sir. Oh, thank you very much indeed, sir. In that case, I would like you to accompany me to the police station.
But you don't think it possible,
Please, sir, please don't be alarmed, sir. We merely want you to help, thank you very much indeed, sir. We merely want you to help with the identity parade. Thank you very much indeed, sir. We know the identity of the criminal, but the British Police Force, being a democratic institution, thank you very... Do you mind if I keep this one till later, sir? Thank you very much. The British Police Force, being a democratic institution, we like to give him the benefit of an identity parade. As you are the same age and height, thank you very much indeed, sir, of the criminal, we would like you to come along and help us at the station.
Oh, very well.
Thank you very much indeed, sir. Come this way, please. Will you kindly stand there, sir?
That's the man.
I am innocent!
Which brings us to money, folks. Can I have an ordinary household trained banana, please, sir? Thank you very much. Folks, how many of you know that this ordinary household banana is used as a form of currency, folks? In the Hebrides. Did you know that, folks? Did you, folks? Eh? I know only one like this, folks.
Good morning, Inspector. I'm glad you said that. I'd forgotten my name and I can't remember the time. You want this tasting, do you? I certainly do. What a nice little note. Want one for shopping? I'd love that. Right, water. I see you're looking very well. Yes, looking forward to the holidays? No. Backward, you see, I've had them. That's the whole point. That's when holidays get bad. Well, that's just look at him. You see, you can't get away from him. He's unhappy with holidays. Has them all time. Very painful, I know. He's completely away from him. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Good morning. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Among the most moneyed people of the New World are, of course, the United States of Americans. Mr. Paul Getty being in the forefront, his fortune is estimated at, more than twice that amount. Mr. Getty, tell me, exactly how rich are you?
I think you made a mistake, mate.
When the BBC booking department book a wrong person, they certainly book one. The London Stock Exchange, London, taken by a Frenchman, of course. There we see the early morning cleaners at work. This temple of finance is the abode of stockbrokers, those businessmen on whose sanity, coolness, and imperturbability, and sound business methods, the stability of the pound sterling depends. Of course, there are those who believe that the stock exchange is comprised of mercenary gamblers masquerading as businessmen.
Yost, I think the stock exchange is just a venue for capitalists and gamblers who are making money out of the working classes. Of course, now, we're in the football pools, now that's a different matter entirely.
Rubbish!
What? Get off my yacht!
Yacht? Get out of my bathroom!
such then is the frailty of money. And now, an interesting hobby for men of limited income.
Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Up here, Bert, steady. As you are. Steady as you go. Steady now, Bert. Up as you are now, mate. All right there, straight up now. Straight across now, Bert. Straight across, mate. I thought you'd never get here, folks. And folks, now, folks, my impression of me, followed by my impression of me singing. It's a great, big, wonderful world, folks.
It's a big, wide, wonderful world that you live in. When you're in love, you're a master. Of all you survey, you're a gay millionaire. There's a brave new, wonderful world about you. When you're in love, you hear music and nightingales singing. You're walking on air. You've a kingdom, the power and the glory of love. The oldest of stories is new, true. You built your home in just one day. Life is thrilling. A midsummer's night you live in. A dream of delight. You're in heaven. It's great when you're baby. Strong in life. 1, 2, 3, there's you and me, and you know, it's a great big one.
Oh, we'll strike Milligan at other prices. Whoa, Graham Scott, Bill Cook, Medical Greasy, Valentine Doyle, the Alberts, Bernard Hunter, Alec Brigonsey, Graham Lehman, Bob Dodd, Louis Manzi, Bruce Lacey, Shree Winton, Ali Brady, Little One, he was nice, Nancy, Robert Nice, I caught it effects by Dennis O'Grady, the swine, I hate him. Oh, I hate that fellow. The film editor is Ted Walter. I never saw him all the week, folks. Drunk as a goose. Written by one of the greatest writers in the world. As you can see, he's going straight to heaven, folks. Straight to heaven. Designed by George. Pronounce it yourself, folks. And produced by great British Latino